Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Matt Lepink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that can Bitcoin go up after regulations? This is the question. And Kevin O'Leary expects Bitcoin to go up when Stablecoin Transparency Act passes, and this can come actually maybe even this year. Then we have a very interesting statement from Robert Kiyosaki. He's saying that he's no longer recommending real estate as an investment, rather gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And why, I'm going to tell you. And the third news is all about a survey where 98% of CEOs preparing for a US recession and confidence at lowest level since the Great Recession. So guys, all this in today's video. And if you would like to stay up to date, for simple, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, because every single weekday I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. And hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and check out the links under this video because there are many useful ones. Okay, and now it's time to move on to the prices, where we can see that Bitcoin is actually up now 2% in the last 24 hours, making it $19,530 US. While Ethereum is up almost 3%. With that, Ethereum is $1,320 US. And then we have here the leaders, Quant, it's at the top with 17%. Then we have Casper 9% and Synthetic almost also 9% going up. Then we're looking at the losers. We have Waves, the only one which is almost 3% down, and basically these guys, yeah, nothing special, so not big losers at all. And when we zoom out a little bit and we're looking at the candlestick chart of Bitcoin on the monthly, it's very interesting that in the previous bear market, what we had here, you know, it started in end of 2017 in December, when prices of Bitcoin, and of course later that in January, the altcoin started to go down, and it took about 12 months to reach the bottom. But we started to go down here in November. And guess what? It's all about the same time. As you can see, I just marked it here. So basically, this is how many months we needed back then. In a total different situation, okay? We do have to understand that. This is very, very important to highlight. But just as a matter of fact, we can see that we have reached the bottom in 12 months, and we already survived 12 months after the market started to go down since November. Do we know the future? Of course we don't, but this is just a fun fact which is maybe worth talking about, but it's a totally different situation. Now we are in a very bad economic shape in the whole world, and back then that was just a problem with Bitcoin basically. Okay, and now let's move on to the, not problem, let me clarify with Bitcoin, but just the crypto bubble. It just burst. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, and now let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is that actually, according to Kevin O'Leary, he's saying that he expects Bitcoin to go up when Stablecoin Transparency Act passes. So we have seen so many months now, the price going down, but when we can see it to go up? And here we have Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank star, and aka, you know, Mr. Wonderful, and he expects the price of Bitcoin to go up when Stablecoin Transparency Act passes, which he believes could be a reason after, could be soon after the November midterm elections. So O'Leary emphasized that crypto cannot be stopped, stating you either join the wave or get lost. Mr. Wonderful explained that there is a bill called the Stablecoin Transparency Act that has chance of getting passed by the US Congress after November the 8th, when the midterm election take place. So this act, according to him, is very simple in nature, which is why it may pass. It's being supported by both parties, and the reason that the case is that it makes effectively the US dollar the default payment system worldwide. So Larry emphasized you're going to see a lot of interest in institutional capital coming into stable coins, just because of that. So it not necessarily has something to do with Bitcoin, but because all this, it can pump Bitcoin up. So here's a question for every investor to think about. This is what he's saying. There's a risk in investing in Bitcoin and all crypto, and there's a risk of not investing in it. So everybody should decide on its own. Very interesting one, but I think I do agree with him on taking risk on both sides, even if you're not in. But you decide. Your homework has to be done by you, and then of course, if you have the right knowledge, then you can make rational decisions. Okay, next topic. We have Kiyosaki, who we do know that he is a big fan of real estate investment. And he tweeted that why I no longer recommend real estate. So that's an interesting statement from him. If you know Robert Kiyosaki, he is definitely an expert on real estate. And he has so many real estates, invested in real estate, wrote a book about these kind of things and everything. And now he's tweeting that why I no longer recommend real estate. In my 2020 book, Capitalist Manifesto, I stated that Marxists took over the US in the 2020 election. I stated Marxists took over, Marxists will raise property taxes, impose rent controls, as rising interest rates decreases property value. So all these kind of things will decrease the value of property. Therefore, he recommends now gold, silver, and Bitcoin. So very interesting. Kiyosaki got very interested in Bitcoin in the recent years. Before that, he was a big fan of real estate, gold, silver. So the recent ones, gold and silver, hasn't really changed. But real estate itself, because of these interest rates, the property taxes, rent controls, and so on and so forth, which can come and develop further, maybe the value of the property will not be that great in the future. Therefore, he thinks that maybe these times are over. So that's very interesting to think about also. Okay, and of course you can agree and disagree with it. And now the next topic I would talk about, that there was a survey and 98% of CEOs preparing for US recession, and actually the confidence at lowest level since the Great Recession in Europe. It's getting even worse. So now almost really 100% of the CEOs thinking that, recession we cannot avoid. And here you can see this article, which is all about that 98% of CEOs preparing for the US recession. But guess what? 99%, more than 90% of CEOs say they were preparing for an EU recession. So even worse. That's almost like, wow, really almost 100%. And over 1,000 public and private corporations and organizations as member in 60 countries are in this survey. And the recent survey asked CEOs to describe the economy conditions they are preparing to face over the next 12-18 months. So that's what they were asked. An overwhelming majority, this is 98%, said that they were preparing for the US recession. Moreover, 99% of CEOs said they are preparing for an EU recession. And then Patterson, chief economist of the conference board, commented that CEO confidence shrunk further to start Q4, and it is the lowest level since the Great Recession, which is pretty bad. So CEOs are now preparing for a near inevitable recession in both US and Europe, while the vast majority still expects US recession to be short and shallow. Nearly 7 in 10 believe that EU will enter a deep recession with serious global spillovers. So definitely, the majority believes that the US will have it, but Europe will have will be worse. The recession here in Europe. These things, not looking too bright, but we cannot really smile because things looking pretty bad. The only thing you should consider, and this is not advice, just you think about it, how the big guys working, they always invest in great things when they are on the low price. So if you find things which are on the low price and can go up in the next bull market, then this is pretty much the time to accumulate. But do your own homework and educate yourself so you can make wise decisions. Guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single weekday I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. And hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And I wish you an amazing day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.